This is presented by HPS Trade, Japanese freight forwarder in Thailand. Hello, it's Ino. Today, I would like to talk about the type of BL. I have made a video on the same subject before, but I would like to explain it more clearly using a different expression. So, let's get started. Before explaining the different types of BL, let me first briefly explain the basic role of BL. BL is an important document in international transportation, and the importer must obtain BL from the exporter in order to pick up the shipment. And then, BL is exchanged for DO, which is the cargo delivery document. The importer picks up the shipment with DO. It is important to note that you cannot receive the cargo only with BL. The basic role of the BL is explained in another video. Please refer to the link in the overview section of this video for more details. I will now explain the different types of BL. The three main types are as follows: original BL, surrendered BL, seaway bill. Let me explain them one by one. The first one is original BL. 3 copies of BL will be issued, so keep in mind that 3 copies make one set. It is also a business practice to send 3 copies of original BL in multiple sending, to avoid the risk of loss. Original BL, as the name implies, is the original document. The importer must have the original, not a copy, of the BL in order to pick up the shipment. Let's take a look at the flow of original BL. When the vessel leaves the port, the exporting forwarder issues original BL and sends it to the exporter. The exporter sends the original BL to the importer by courier such as DHL or FedEx. Then, when the ship arrives at the port, forwarder on the import side issues DO. The importer who obtains the original BL exchanges BL for DO. Since the original documents are handled in this way, there is a risk of loss. This is the flow of BL. Next, let's talk about surrendered BL. Surrendered BL is also called surrender in business practice. The features of a surrendered BL are: speed, and copy is available. First of all, what does surrender mean? Surrender refers to the collection of BL at the origin. It means that BL is not sent to the importing country but collected at the origin, the exporting country. Once you surrender, BL does not need to be the original. The importer can exchange DO for BL send copy instead of the original. Surrendered BL will be stamped as surrendered or telex release. You can understand that telex release is the same as surrender. I will explain why surrendered BL is used instead of original BL. In today's ocean transportation, there is some case that the vessel may arrive at the port before the importer can receive original BL, due to the high speed of the vessel. Especially when transporting cargo to neighboring countries, the vessel arrives at the port in only 3 days or so as the period of transportation. If we use original BL in such cases, the importer cannot pick up the cargo until original BL is sent to him. However, different from original BL which needs to be sent original, surrendered BL just need the exporter to instruct the forwarder to surrender from the beginning and pays the fee. After that, the exporter sends a copy of the BL to the importer. The importer can exchange DO with a copy of BL, which enables speedy trade transactions. This also has the advantage of reducing the risk of losing BL. Also, surrendered BL is often used to control the payment for products. The exporter can hold original BL not sending to the importer, even after the ship leaves port and BL is issued. The exporter arranges for a surrender of BL and send a mail with a copy one to the importer, when confirming the payment for the product from the importer. It takes a lot of time to send original BL by mail and a risk of loss, so this method is often used in trade. Finally, there is seaway bill. Seaway bill is slightly different from BL, it is not a security. Since it is not a security, seaway bill cannot be used for transactions using LC. However, seaway bill has a big advantage. Once seaway bill is issued and the importer is proven to be the same as the consignee on the document, the shipment can be picked up at the place of import. There is no cost of sending the original like original BL and surrender fee like surrendered BL. Anyway, the character of seaway bill is easy, fast and cheap. The process is following. The exporter requests to issue C-way bill from the beginning instead of BL. When the vessel leaves the port, C-way bill is issued and a copy is sent to the exporter. The exporter sends a copy to the importer. If the importer can prove that he is the owner of C-way bill, he can exchange for DO. Anyway, it's fast and easy, that's what C-way bill is all about. However, it also has its risks. Once C-way bill is issued, the importer can pick up the cargo, so the exporter has a risk to collect payment. In case original BL or surrendered BL, it is possible to control the payment, but with C-way bill, it becomes difficult to do so. Therefore, in order to use C-way bill, it is important to have a business relationship with the trading partner, such as a parent-subsidiary relationship overseas, or a long track record of doing business with them. Some forwarders will not easily issue C-way bill, in order to avoid such problems. In this video, I explain the types of BL. Original BL. Surrendered BL. C-way bill. Each BL has its own characteristics. Make sure what I have explained in this video and please choose the best BL for your situation. That's all for today. If it is useful and understandable, I am so glad you to subscribe to our channel and share it on SNS. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
In this channel, I explain about international logistics knowledge for your better understanding. I hope this video will be a good support for your logistics job. If you have any shipment from Thailand or to Thailand, please feel free to contact me, Ino-san, anytime. Also, I'm very motivated to keep updating these videos. If you subscribe, press good or comment anything. Well, thank you. See you next time.